My name is Simon Rabyniuk, and over the last few years I've had the privilege of working with undergraduate architectural studies students and graduate urban design students. Because of the importance of images and other visual media in architecture and urbanism, I wanted to share about a series of recorded events I've been watching rather than a book or an article. I've chosen to do so to make the point that in the ways that one reads, understands, interprets, and discusses a text, one can also do so for an image, movie, building, or event. Starting in 2020, NASA began organizing a series of working groups that aim to accelerate the commercialization of flight in cities. The working group members imagine these drone taxis as a new mobility system that they claim will become as common as current forms of urban mobility like cars, buses, or subways. These presentations are given by researchers at NASA, civil aviation regulators, companies inventing these new vehicles, as well as architects who are schematically designing their port infrastructure. In analyzing these recordings, my goal isn't to simply report on the claims that are being made by this group, but to bring an interpretation and to discussion to them, to think about them urbanistically. As I watch these discussions, I'm struck by them as large-scale top-down planning projects, as well as how a different type of expertise is claiming a role in designing the city, and how both these conditions are introducing values and perspectives that haven't had a central role in city building. In this regard, I'm using these recordings as a primary source of evidence, not just to speak about drones, but also to trace how the nature of designing for cities is changing. For myself, writing is a tool that helps me to move from comprehension or understanding a person's argument towards starting to create my own interpretations. In this regard, reading is a process that continues after I've put down the book. For example, after watching one of the working group recordings, I write 2 short passages. The first summarizes the presenter's main argument, while the second one documents my own thoughts and observations while watching. I guess lastly, I just want to put forward the idea that reading and writing can be social, and I'll try to illustrate that with an idea or with an example from my own life. Each Monday morning, I meet with friends and we spend an hour discussing one person's writing. Whose ever turn it is shares something that they've selected the week before, and that gives us time to read it. Because writing is so much about how words on the page create meaning, we focus our constructive discussion on clarifying or focusing what that person has written. I guess in closing, I just want to put forward the idea or leave you with the idea that you're part of a community of learners and that the work of reading and writing doesn't have to happen in isolation. Okay, thank you.